Thanks for joining us. Today's guest is Devontee Delaney. He's CEO of Top Flight Transportation out of Houston, Texas. Their brokerage has been moving freight across the U.S. and Canada since 1989, done over 300,000 loads. They have a 20,000 plus carrier network and a reputation for white glove service, even on the hardest to move freight. Devontee, awesome to have us here and running a freight brokerage for over 30 years while staying boutique, fast and reliable. That's no small feat, man. So I'm pumped to dig into how you built this and what's next for you and the organization.
Well, how I built it, I kind of fell into broker, and I started out as just a trucking company, transportation company. And as I grew that and started growing and networking and gaining more customers, I had a lot of overflow. So that's kind of how I got into brokering. When I couldn't cover all of the work, I had to broker it out and find different carriers. So that's kind of how I fell into brokering, and still keep the same customer happy at the same time. So
that's the key. I think in our pre-interview, you were talking. I mean, you sound like a sales guy, hustling. So you want to get your customers, keep those customers. So keeping them happy is key.
Right. Keeping the network going, and that's how I kind of fell in. When you're in transportation, sometimes you kind of just fall into other sectors. You never know word of mouth. I can deliver a load, and someone may see me on the highway, or someone may like my truck when I go over there, and it's just sometimes it falls in your lap. So that's kind of the network of kind of brokering and doing transportation at the same time, and oversized loads came into my lap, same way, oversized. Yes, sir.
Nice, I got it. So we're going to do 3 segments today. First one, we're basically going to cover how you do white glove, but more importantly, to your point with the brokerage and growing your network, how you do that at scale. So how do you maintain your service levels while handling just tens of thousands of loads?
Well, how I handle it pretty much is they stand ahead. I already, with my customers, they already contact me before on previous what to expect that's coming in. So that's how I stay ahead of what's going on. I'm already knowing what I have coming in from weeks or maybe a month from now. Keeping a lookout on this is coming in, I got that. So that's how I schedule what needs to be done. And I can also, when I schedule like that, I can always squeeze in extra other short runs or short little stops and mom and pops, instead of bigger customers. So that's how I kind of stay ahead of everything. It's a 7-day job. I mean, I don't get a lot of time off. My emails, I'm steady getting emails even on the weekend. Keep a lookout for this coming in. So that's how I stay ahead of that.
Does that, I assume that stability helps with your carriers too, so they know you're reliable you are, how reliable they need to be with the customers, et cetera.
Right. And it keeps a lot of mistakes from happening. When you know what to plan for and what to expect, you're always ahead of any issues that come arise. Anything come arise, you kind of fit that in, because everything always don't run smoothly out there in transportation. So might get held up at a shipper, the pickup number might not be ready, or just numerous of things, road conditions. It's just numerous things. So doing that and communicating with the customer and the shipper, that's the number one key to everything to keep growing.
Yeah, I think I don't think it doesn't matter what industry, right? It's Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
Always. I have a plan.
That's a way of doing that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. So how do you train and manage the team to keep that service level consistent? Like, especially because you're kind of 1099, you're outsourcing, right? So like, how do you get that message over to the carriers you're working with?
Well, pretty much the carriers I'm working with, they're already very experienced in transportation. And I only help them. They have their customers, but when I have a lot of overflow, when they're slow, I get the call, or I reach out to them. Hey, I'm gonna have these coming in a couple of weeks, or this. Do you have availability? So, in my office, our trade it's pretty self-explanatory. I have them sit down with me and kind of just show them the day-to-day operation, just watching and looking, get familiar with the systems, and it's basically just common sense. Now rating is a little bit different if they're not familiar, but that will come over time. I kind of generate, hey, well, we usually do this for $2, 250 mile, or this oversized, this is this. And, it's kind of a little multiplication and adding, subtracting, and that's how we come up with it. And I kind of got a chart, a cheat chart, what the prices are.
Yeah.
Give our rates, and it goes like that. Because they kind of prices stay the same, but every now and then I have some extra fees in for like overweight, permits, different things of that nature.
Yeah, I guess it makes that's obviously key to business. Can't be losing money, not collecting things for fees. And
Right.
do you do? Is there any tolls, et cetera, in any of the work you're doing?
Well, we stay off of the tolls. Sometimes we take the tolls, and sometimes it just depends if we got to get there.
Yeah,
but
right.
We stay on the It depends if we get held up or a truck get held up, then we'll jump on the toll.
Yeah. Well, I get it. When you're getting paid by or charged by the axle, I wouldn't want to get them on them either.
Yeah, exactly. So, and if we have a cutoff that we need to get back and get it turned in, we'll take the toll.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
You always, well, I mean, for you, I get it. Your initial thing is get it to where the customer needs by when the time they need it, right? Everything else secondary.
Yeah, we don't like to bring it back to the yard. It's extra work.
Nobody wants that.
Right.
Yeah, awesome. So the next segment, we're going to do special cargo, right? So walk us through like a typical specialized move, whether it's oversized, over dimension.
Well, the key to specialized, over dimension, oversized is doing when you get an order, customer have an oversized load. You need this length, width, and height that they will send over to you, and you got to do your measurements right for the height and length and width.
Yeah.
It'll be legal to be on the street. If not, you have to call Texas Dot to get the permit. The main key to that is measuring the size of your load and security, and knowing what right equipment to take to load that equipment up with. That's the key thing. And always, and that's what my job is. Even when I communicate with the driver, or even with Texas Dot, they give us a special route that we have to take.
In case, like, what would fall under that? Like a house move, or what other?
It could be from over height, over width, over length. It could be a helicopter. It could be a boat. It could be a windmill, like you just said. It could be a windmill. It could be. You'd be surprised at the stuff that comes off of cargo ships.
I mean, that's the beauty of Houston for you, right? Is you got a cargo port there that needs to get moved somewhere.
Yeah, got to get moved somewhere. But they have you drop deck chassis and things of that nature, and all our drivers keep measuring tape, wide load signs, chains, straps.
That's a great question. So I get there's a process to that. What other processes or systems do you have in place to make sure that's repeatable? Like, I know you've done it enough to make it repeatable, but again, you got other drivers, et cetera. How do you make sure they do it to your standards?
I put the best driver that's experienced on it. That have experience with heavy haul and oversized load. Yeah.
You pick Tom Brady if you can. You don't want
exactly.
You don't want Trent Dilfer.
Experience to get the cargo safe. I don't have to worry about it. And of course, when we take the order, the shipment, I'm already communicating with TechDot, and I already have the measurements and of the cargo, what we're picking up, pictures of it, the whole 9 yards. So we're comfortable with that and make sure it's safe when we pick it up and deliver it and come back.
I got it. Awesome.
So I have a Pacific. I call it the higher crew, the special driving crew.
Yeah.
My elite team of heavy hauls.
The guys you can trust.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Clear. I mean, I imagine again, your industry's a lot about that, right? Your customers trust you to deliver. Yes, you trust your driver to drive and get it there without breaking things or causing problems.
Right. And the thing about it, I come from behind the desk and drive too. I'm a CDL holder still.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get out there and get out there with my guys and if we get caught up, it's a new customer want to be there, I do a sales calls in a truck
Yeah.
and, and put
Are
them in
you
people.
hustling?
It's hustling. Yeah.
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 Awesome. Any war stories on like a horrible load or
Yeah.
what's
One
that?
time, Miss, well, rest in peace. It was my dad. He we picked up a submarine, almost like a tube submarine
Yeah.
to the port. And in Houston, on I-10, the bridge is low,
Yeah.
and he didn't take the route, the exit he was supposed to take, and man, it knocked the signals, where the communicating signals off the top of the bridge.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was the only bad thing we had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I had one driver knock the wheel over. It was too on a low bridge. But those are the only two incidents that we ever had. So that's a lesson learned, and it's costly, you know. So
So those
it's
are
learned.
those
Yeah,
truck or loads are cheap.
yeah, yeah. So we know what highway and what interstate and what bridges to look out for. We
Yeah.
learned that the hard way.
Yeah. I
Yes.
remember Jeff, whatever the guy is about, here's your sign, one of those comedians. He came out, he
Oh,
goes, what even happens to me? And he said there was a truck that was stuck under a bridge. He goes, what happened? You get stuck? He goes, no, I was delivering this bridge and I ran out of gas. Yeah.
yeah, that's yeah, that's a good one.
Nice. All right. Last segment we're going to go through is again, why you talked to me a little bit about why you've been a brokerage. You're now taking on assets. So, basically buying trucks, getting drivers. Uh, Talk to me about the good and the bad of both of those.
Well, of course, I want to grow, so that's why I'm trying to expand.
Yeah.
The more I put on more drivers, create more opportunities, create more jobs, then on the transportation side and get new accounts. I know I can't handle all the accounts, so that's why I have the brokering
Yeah.
going to keep that going. And actually, my wife, she's a licensed broker, so it's kind of like a family business uh, that she does that. So it all comes back to me at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And assets and to build wealth, like when we first communicated talking, I wanted to do something else more that wasn't transportation related.
Right.
Like I'm looking into the warehouse.
Yeah.
Store should be a one-stop shop for
Yeah.
logistics, receiving, and that. So I
Talk
have,
about the warehouse because these guys
yeah.
haven't heard that. We talked about it, but
Well,
what's
the
next?
warehouse,
What's the next
uh,
step? Right?
that's
Is
the next step I'm working on right now. Actually, I got an email from a client with needing a warehouse for a huge account. I have two, and this huge. I've been getting opportunities like this all the time. So I'm like, hey, why don't I get a warehouse? That way I can be a one-stop shop. I'll be a trucking company, storage facility, transloading, storage, and receiving. That's multiple incomes. That's an extra. That's a whole other business outside of trucking, but it's
yeah.
under one umbrella. So that's what I'm looking into. I looked at a 300,000 square foot warehouse, and I have some good leads on suppliers, shippers coming in there. So keeping my fingers crossed on that. I'm trying to secure the deal, support it to dock door, and this is a new venture for me. So I got a guy that I've been knowing that's going to come in as a consultant and help me set it up, and we're going to go from there and generate some revenue and expand and hire and I can have trucks running back and forth, other carriers doing domestic, and we could do international shipping as well.
Yeah.
So it just another opportunity to add to my portfolio.
Yeah. It's awesome. I mean, one of the things we do with Amplexus, it's literally helping companies like yours monetize via their intellectual property. One of your intellectual properties is the trust you built
Yeah.
with these customers so that I'm going to say something. I want your feedback about it. And if I'm in the right neighborhood, it's because you have the consistent work that putting staff on, putting your own trucks on, moving away from being a full broker to actually doing the shipments yourself.
Mhm.
means you have that steady income, right? Like again, a lot of my work is technology, so we call it monthly recurring revenue because if that customer is still there, they're going to pay you $1,600 a month, month over month over month. Helps you build your revenue. You have that through your trust and the
Right,
network of people you have that work through you. So it makes perfect sense that a lot of those guys are like, oh, you can take this container and put it on shelves for me until I need it. Great.
right,
Yes, please. I'll take that. Right.
right.
Add that to my service. Is that how you've been able to start looking at this next level, building out
Well,
the warehouse, building out the actual truckers that are working for you?
well, actually, John, um, I had this vision about 14 years ago when I started. Even when I started Top Flight Transportation, I told my wife that, once I get this started, I'm gonna venture out and be a one-stop shop. But and that's what I'm doing. But the broken part, it really was for her. That way, even though I have the transportation, also she could be doing the brokering.
Yeah.
And at the same time, when I grow the broker and give it to her, when she grew up with the customer I got, I could still run some of the same loads,
Right.
all in house,
Yeah. Yeah.
and everybody's making money and it's circling. So that
Yeah.
vision was
Cheers.
really for my wife to, for me to start and pass it on for her to run it and grow it along with me because I
Yeah.
have a lot of things. So my main focus now is going to be strictly the transportation in this warehouse.
Got it. So that's the next.
Yeah, that's my next uh, uh, move right there. That's my
Yeah.
next.
Got it.
Yeah,
All
and to try to put on about 25, 30 more trucks by the end of this year. You know,
That's
along with
awesome.
the warehouse. Yes, sir.
That's great. All right. So we're in the home stretch. Got two last questions to wrap us up here. First one is if you had any advice for young entrepreneurs, right? So somebody's getting into logistics, they're 20, 24, whatever, they got the bug, they figured something out. What advice would you give them?
My advice to anyone learning: work for someone first before you just get out there and jump out there in the business green. You have to crawl before you walk. Working for something, and you have to have passion for transportation.
Mhm.
Don't just let nobody say, "Oh, there's a lot of money in it." But if you don't like it and have passion for it, or any job, you have to love. I love what I do,
Yeah.
and the money will follow. When you love, I like getting up on work. I like driving trucks. I like closing deals. I like sales. You have to love what you and like what you do in order for it to be beneficial and to benefit, make it successful. But if you're young, I advise to get in the industry, whatever you transportation is abroad, stick with one sector and then grow into other areas of transportation. That way you'll be well balanced of knowledge of transportation industry. There's a lot to it. You're gonna start out one thing, start out as a driver. You want to drive, be a driver first, own operating driving and learn it. And you'll know in time and keep your eyes open and kind of learn the paperwork and learn the system, learn rates, learn this. There's a lot you can learn from transportation before you go on your own. You'll know when you're ready. You gotta have that entrepreneur mentality, mindset, and it's not for everybody.
It's great advice. And the last part, but I definitely love as cheesy and corny as it may sound, it really has been true for me too. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right? And
Right?
the money will come.
It's
The
gonna come.
money,
Yeah,
it's almost the easy part, right? If you
yeah.
love what you do, passion shows, your customers are going to understand that. You'll add value, you'll get money,
Right, right, right. Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
then build from there. Well, dude, you've done a great job for 30 plus years doing this, building it, and love being with you on the journey. Last question is, how do people find you? If somebody they needs the logistics or a smart dude that's in the trucking or brokerage business, how do they get a hold of you? How do they connect to you?
You can email me at topflightdispatch1@gmail.com or go to Google and look up Top Flight Transportation LLC in Houston, Texas. Not Oregon, but Houston.
Yeah,
Again, that's
Houston. Remember Houston.
Houston, Texas. Uh, 713-447-8482. And again, my email address, topflightdispatch1@gmail.com.
Appreciate the time. Great call. Love
Okay.
meeting you.
Sure.
Let's
Thank you.
keep in touch.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right, man.
Go.
Take care.
Bye bye.